I should say. I am not a dietitian, nutritionist, personal trainer, fitness expert, fitness influencer. I'm nothing. So kind of take whatever I say with a grain of salt. This is not me telling you what to do. This is just me telling you what I did. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, this is Busan Basics. This is a channel where we talk about what it's like living in Busan, South Korea. I say we, not because I'm crazy.
Oh, you crazy.
But because I'm usually here with my beautiful best friend, Julia. As you can see, you're stuck with just me today. Sorry. As you could probably tell from the title, today I'm going to be talking about my weight loss journey, if that's what you want to call it. I decided to make this video because so many people asked me, how did you lose the weight? How did you lose the weight? How did you lose the weight? So before I get into how I lost weight, before I get into the secret as to how I lost about 15 kilograms, I guess I should tell you how I gained it in the first place. As you could tell from the title, I was living in Japan, and that's where I gained about 10 kilograms, which is about 20 pounds. It was not Japan that made me gain weight. It was me living in Japan that made me gain weight. So what I mean by that is it was just like, you're not gonna go to Japan and then instantly gain weight. That's not what's gonna happen. But what happened to me and what happens to a lot of people that go abroad anywhere, whether it's study abroad or work abroad or even just vacation, is you make some mistakes when you first get there and you gain a little weight. And that's kind of just what I did. The first reason why I was able to gain so much weight was I had a car. So I was not walking anywhere. If the convenience store was a 5-minute walk, but a 1-minute drive, I was driving. So that was probably a big contributor as to how I gained weight. The second reason I gained weight was my work hours. I was working 1:30 to 9:30, Monday to Friday. My academy did not give us a meal. So I don't know about Japan. What I'm realizing here in Korea is that a lot of places give you lunch. Mine did not. So what you kind of had to do is either eat right before work and then right after work, or eat during work. But we didn't have a break time, so it was like, oh, I have 5 minutes before my next class, let me shovel food in my mouth. Oh my God! Or, oh, I have a 10-minute drive to my next school, let me stop at a convenience store and get food. So my eating schedule was not very good. I would wait until after work, and I was so hungry I didn't want to wait to cook. And the only things open late at night around me were convenience stores or like ramen. And I love ramen. I could eat like 4 bowls of ramen, but ramen's really unhealthy for you. I guess the third reason I gained weight is I just was not exercising regularly. I joined a gym. Well, I hate running on a cardio machine, and I just always kind of felt like an outsider at the gym because people would stare at me. I was the only foreigner. There were definitely people that were really nice and would talk to me, but a lot of the times I just felt like I was always getting stared at, so I never really felt comfortable. So it was like some weeks I would go to the gym 4 days a week and it was fine, and then other weeks I wouldn't go at all. And it just wasn't consistent. I wasn't consistent in what I was doing. I guess mistake number 4, and definitely the most important thing, and I think the biggest contribution to my weight gain, would be my mindset. I definitely had the dieting mindset of all or nothing. I was either all healthy, everything I did was healthy, or up and I would just binge. So I would make like the cute little smoothie bowls and whatnot, and like they were yummy, but they wouldn't fill me. But I felt like a failure for eating 2 hours later when I was hungry, and then I would just binge on potato chips and pizza and ramen and all this other stuff. So yeah, I guess that's just kind of how I gained weight. I was in denial for a very long time about gaining weight because I tend to gain weight evenly throughout my body. Like, I feel like most people will either gain most of their weight in their legs or most of their weight in their stomach. I gained it pretty evenly, so it took me a while to even like notice that I had gained a lot of weight. And then also like my clothes still technically fit me. So I was like, yeah, my clothes fit, I'm fine. But as you can see from this picture that I'll put somewhere, yeah, they fit me, but they were, as my mother says, screaming. So fast forward to Korea. And when I first got to Korea, my main goal was not to lose weight. Like, I kind of was like, I'll lose the weight eventually. Let me just get used to Korea. So I got here, and within the first 3 months, I lost like 5 kilograms, which was almost 10 pounds. It's just about 10 pounds. And I wasn't even trying. Like, I was going out drinking with my friends. I was eating out. I wasn't like calorie counting or anything like that. I did not join a gym, but I still lost the weight. So how did I do it? Lifestyle change. That's pretty much the whole premise of this video. Lifestyle change. I got here, I did not have a car. I wanted to explore. So I was walking everywhere those first 3 months. I mean, yeah, there's subways, but I was walking to the subway and then walking around each area to figure out where things were. I was just walking everywhere. And even the food I was eating out, but I was eating like samgyeopsal, which is Korean barbecue. So it's meat. And then the banchan, the side dishes, are all vegetables. So I was eating meat and vegetables. And I was still out with my friends. I was eating stuff like bibimbap, which is rice and vegetables and an egg. So a lot of the food, in my experience, a lot of the food in Korea when you eat out is a little bit healthier than the food when you eat out in Japan. Now I'm talking about like eating out. I'm not just talking about all foods in general. Japanese people, please don't hate me. I love Japanese food, hence why I gained all that weight. And so after the 3 months, then I was like settled and I wanted to join a gym. I always wanted to try kickboxing, and I tried it and I loved it. I still love kickboxing. I am so happy I found it because since I love it so much, it doesn't really feel like exercise. I want to go to it. Find an exercise that you love, because if you love it, you will want to do it. When I was just weightlifting, I was so bored. I would force myself to go on the treadmill and then I wouldn't do it. I would go weeks without going. And it's because it was a chore. I had to force myself to do it. And that's not how life should be. So I started just doing it like 3 times a week. And 3 months later, I lost another 5 kilograms. And I still like wasn't really watching what I was eating. I was going to kickboxing because I loved it. So the first 6 months, I lost 10 kilograms, which sounds like a long time. And I guess it is, because you see on all the magazines, like lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks. But like, that's not sustainable. I lost this weight and it felt easy. So yeah, the first 6 months I lost 10 kilograms, and then I kind of just kept that off the whole year. I've been here about 2 years now, so I've kept all that weight off. I still walk everywhere. I walk to and from my one school, and then my other school's a little farther, so I just walk home. So every Monday to Friday, I'm walking on average 40 minutes just to and from school. And that's just a lifestyle change. And that's not something I did like right away, because that might have been a little too much. One day I was just tired of waiting for the bus, so I said, let me walk home. And I walked home, and it was like 20-25 minutes. So I was like, oh, I can do this. Saved me like $2 from bus fare. And then every day I started to walk home. Then one morning I was running late and I was like, I don't want to wait for the bus. Let me walk to school. And I did, and I was like, oh, this isn't bad. So then I started walking to school, and now it's just a habit. It's not something I even decide to do anymore. It's just something I do. It's little stuff like that that build up over time. Also, I'm the type of person that if you tell me you can't eat this, I will want that more. And that's just how I've always been. You tell me I can't do something, and then I'm definitely gonna wanna do it. So when I used to try to like cut out all sweets, I would just binge on sweets, which would, you know, make me yo-yo diet. So what I did is I found alternatives. So like, I love ice cream. I love it so much. So I used to try and cut it out, but then when I got here, I was kind of like, let me find an alternative. So I know in America, it's Halo Top. Here, Halo Top's a little expensive, but they have Skinny Pig, which is essentially the same thing. I bought a bunch of those and I always have them in my fridge. So if I'm craving something, it's right there and it's like 300 calories for an entire pint. So I'm just like, don't even have to worry about it. Just eat until my heart contents. And I like the flavors. If I don't like it, I'm not going to eat it. Another example is I freaking love pizza. Obviously, you know, eating pizza every single day, you're gonna gain weight. So I just found a like cauliflower crust pizza recipe online, which I thought I was a little skeptical about, but actually it's really, really good. Okay, let's see how this turned out. Ooh, that looks so good. And I make it like 3 or 4 times a week and it's delicious and I eat it and it gives me my pizza fix. This being said, I still eat pizza. I still eat normal ice cream, but I have these alternatives so I can eat them every single day and still be healthy. If I eat Ben & Jerry's every single day, I'm gonna gain weight. Like that's just a fact. So they're not like 100% substitutes because this is a lifestyle change. This is just my life. I have them in the fridge for during the week. If I'm craving something, I can eat it. If I'm out with my friends and they're like, I want ice cream, hell yeah, I'm gonna get ice cream. Eat the damn ice cream. Life is too short to not eat ice cream. Just make smarter choices. Go on Pinterest, make recipes. Like just make the healthier choice because diets don't work. And this took me the longest freaking time to realize it. Diets just don't work. You yo-yo diet. You lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks and then you gain 15 the next 2 weeks. And then it's just a vicious cycle. And then I know for me, I used to feel so guilty if I wasn't eating healthy. And it just was terrible. It was just a terrible way to live. So now I exercise when I want to. I love the exercise that I do, so I want to do it more. I eat the foods I love. If I love a food that's unhealthy, I find a healthier version of it so I can eat it more often. I still eat the pizza on a Saturday night, but 3 times a week I'm eating cauliflower pizza because I get those cravings and those satisfy those cravings. So that's pretty much all there is to it. There's no big secret. It's not like Korea itself has this magical food or magical diet that's gonna make you lose all this weight. It's a lifestyle choice and it's not what a lot of people wanna hear. It's not what I wanted to hear, but going through it, this is the happiest and the healthiest I think I've ever been. My weight, I'm probably the same weight I am now that I was in high school, but I look smaller. Like I have my parents and my family, they tell me this is the smallest I've ever looked. And I'm not dieting. I'm not constantly worrying about my weight. I rarely weigh myself. I'm enjoying everything I do. I don't eat foods I don't like just because they're low calorie. Sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's just what it is essentially. I mean, if you want to see like what I eat in a day, let me know and I could do one of those because I love to cook and I love making alternatives to like fattier, higher calorie foods. So yeah, that's pretty much all it is. If you like what you see, watch some other videos, like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.